This is Fut-Afrique channel, and I am smiling because I am with Mpoza. I like the technology. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I like technology. I was listening to you on Twitter just now. You're heading a space with over 123 people talking in the midday about football. And boom, here you are in the studio. That is great. So
technology can put you in many places at once.
Let's continue that conversation. The conversation was all about Mamelodi Sundowns. Today is the opening game or the kickoff game or the inaugural game of the Carling Black Label Cup in South Africa, and Mamelodi Sundowns, because of many other reasons which Paul is going to tell us, they have to play the first game today, Friday. They're playing against TX Galaxy. First of all, why are they playing this fiction Friday?
Well, today is not Friday.
I mean, sorry, I'm already in Friday. Amazing. So Wednesday.
Your weekend.
Wednesday. Where are they playing this game today on Wednesday?
So looking at the way that it is, CAF has just launched a new competition in the AFL, and Mamelodi Sundowns, because of the qualifying criteria from the SADC region, is the team that qualifies. But in the PSL side, which is the bread and butter of Sundowns, they are now finding themselves where they have to juggle the schedule of AFL, CAF, and the PSL structures. In this case, it's the Black Label Cup. That's why they now have to play this, because over the weekend, they're going to Angola to play
Pedro.
I still have pains from Pedro.
I remember Pedro actually beat Mamelodi Sundowns in quarterfinal, semi-final.
Quarterfinals at Soccer City.
In Soccer City.
Yes.
Yeah, so you still feel the pain.
Oh, that was a painful day. That was a painful day for a Sundowns supporter, because if you look at the two games, Sundowns outplayed Pedro. And there was a goal.
But they did not outscore them. That's what football is about.
It's those things that you say, Sundowns had possession, Sundowns had the flair of football, but they did not get the right results. So those are the things, when you then look back, you then go, gosh, it was painful. I mean, Neo Maema scored a stunner. For some reason, they said it's a...
No, let's not get there. Quickly, just previewing that game, what is your feeling about the result? Do you think Sundowns will come back with a good result?
From TS Galaxy or Pedro?
No, Pedro. We're in Pedro.
Look, from where Pedro is, here's the luxury, I wouldn't say luxury, but the advantage of having a Sundowns. Most people will complain about the squad being too big. We've got 7 internationals that we know are not going to be playing tonight. So those 7 internationals are going to be well rested, and they form a bulk of the players that we know are going to start. You're looking at Ronu and Williams.
Listen, that's the reason why Mamelodi Sundowns, they've got a bigger squad, because they know that they will be stretched in many competitions, even before we have an African league start. But they knew already.
Even when you get stretched, you cannot afford to go down on quality. So yes, you may not get a 10.
Are you coming back with a good result, Mamelodi Sundowns, from Luanda?
My expectation is that Sundowns is going to come back with a win from Luanda.
Okay, that's good. So back in local game, we're talking about the Carling Black Label. Last time we spoke, you already spoke about it being a good competition because it is extra in South African football. So that's not what we'll talk about. I listened to you on your space. You opened it. It was a question of, is Mamelodi Sundowns good enough squad to compete and win in tonight's game? That was your question to people, but from your side, your answer.
I normally ask the questions, but now...
Yeah, no, because you are here now. You opened that space because you had a reason. So let's go back and try to find out that reason. Do you think Sundowns is good enough to go in this competition and win the game?
For me, I think yes. If you look at the personnel that Sundowns have. So yes, you don't have Ronan Williams. Yes, you don't have Themba Zwane. Yes, you don't have Tebogo Mokoena. You don't have a Grant Kekana. You don't have Toby.
It sounds like excuses.
No, hear me out. Let me finish. But if you look at the replacement that are coming, is Mendieta...
I don't know. I am asking you. You tell me.
There are players that have been on the fringes of getting into the squad in terms of the playing squad. And this is their opportunity to now step up and put their hand up. If you look at the likes of Zungu, who's been in and out of the team in terms of, he's been coming in as a sub, but now Tebogo Mokoena is not there. He steps in, he can put up a good shift. You look at the back, you've got Peterson, who I expect to be starting. You're looking at him and saying, You're not going to get much minutes even Ronwen is available because he is the club number one and the national number one. You've got an opportunity, put up your hand and put up a good shift. You're looking at the likes of Mendieta, you're looking at the likes of Ribeiro coming back, you're looking at somebody like Neo Maema, who's had a good season.
So you have a good enough squad for you to go and compete and win. I heard you say, I wanted to ask you when you come in. You say, let's start playing 3 at the back, pack the midfield with 5, and then we can look at what's going to go forward. Why do you want to play 3 at the back where you are playing on the continent where most teams they play 4-4-2?
So that was for tonight's game.
Yeah, I'm talking. Oh, so you. No, I'm talking about tonight's game. In tonight's game, you say you have to play 3 at the back, pack the midfield, and then play up front. But I'm saying, of course, TS Galaxy is an African team. So, do you believe TS Galaxy they will come there with different strategy than playing the 4-4-2, which is a big issue?
Look, for me, the way that TS Galaxy is going to set up is going to be very interesting because their team is there, so there's cohesion. The one thing that, yes, you've got the quality within Sundowns, but some of the players have not been there. So the cohesion and the understanding that Allende has got with Tebogo Mokoena, that Tebogo Mokoena has got with Themba Zwane, that Mtobi Mvala has at the back, those who step in, you cannot afford to drop the ball. Yes, you are good quality. Yeah, that's why Sundowns bought you.
I think you will not drop the ball if you play 3 at the back because suddenly you start being stretched. The moment the ball being placed behind the back 5, which is your wall of protection.
But even when it's a normal team, Sundowns pushes very high. Even when they defend set pieces.
Because you have a goalkeeper who is comfortable. But you are telling about now you have your goalkeeper number 1 is not there. And
so for me, Peterson, I haven't seen enough of him to say how does he handle certain situations with ball on foot. So what you've got
is be conservative, go 4-4-2.
so those are the tactics that you've got to be able to say. If you are comfortable with what Peterson is doing with the ball at foot, then you're able to say he can play that sweeper role. Ronwen came in, played that role very well. Don't forget, you've also got a February who was on the bench. Where did February get developed? He got developed at Ajax Cape Town. The system that they play uses a keeper sweeper, so he's somebody who would have been very comfortable with that. So you still have options of doing that.
Regardless who is playing or not playing, one of your listeners says something which is very important. Mamelodi Sundowns should not think about buying new players. Mamelodi Sundowns should not think about the player that we don't have because the squad was made because of that reason that we will have a lot of players. He is expecting Mamelodi Sundowns to go and dominate and win the game. Otherwise, they will be called a PSL team. Can you elaborate on what you were saying?
And I think that was Tools.
Yeah.
So what Tools said is that when somebody puts on a shirt, you don't care how old he is, you don't care whether he has been there, he represents Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
Mamelodi Sundowns badge has got a certain standard that you wanted to be able to be there.
And that's why he signed for the team, that's why he's getting the salary
for the team, because it means you are that good.
Yeah.
If you were not that good, they wouldn't have gone out and looked for you because probably there was other teams that were looking for you.
So he's right.
No, he's very right. Once you wear that badge,
expectation is to win.
Sundowns' expectation don't change because of the personnel.
But it seems like your expectation is to win the league all the time and try to win Champions League because the Caps, listen, you and I will know.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
And sometimes people think that there are certain leagues, there are certain trophies when you win them, they've got different permutation moving forward. If you win the Nedbank, you qualify for continental competition.
Yeah.
If you win the league or come second or third, you qualify for continental competition. And Sundowns, from the ownership, they've said, we want to dominate the league and participate.
Is that your reason of not winning any?
No. That's
because you know you finished number 1 or number 2. You are qualified for the continent. Therefore,
the desire is to win the Champions League. That's a desire. That's ambition. That's why I said Pedro reminds me of the pain of losing at Soccer City.
Are you losing today? Because I can hear you saying already that there is no desire for you to win the current black level.
You see, you must get yourself checked.
Okay.
Hearing things. Sundowns are winning today.
Okay, good. Are you going to win this cup?
Sundowns, any cup that you play for, you want to win.
Okay. Before they kick us out, because I know you have to go and prepare, the game is coming. Your starting 11 for Masandawanas who are listening to you and they are not sure of what the starting 11 should look like or sound like. From your side, because that was actually the title of your space. Starting 11 for tonight. Ooh. Not to me, to them. Tell them.
I'd have Peterson in goals because the last time he was standing, he put up a good shift against Stellenbosch. So you reward such type of performance with that. You then get
back three.
Back three, okay. Which I see the captain tonight being Libusa because Tembazwane is not there. So Libusa has been the standing captain, and you've got Butoil on the left, who most Sundowns like to call
left center.
Yes.
Okay.
So you've got Libusa, you've got Butoil, and then you've got Diruk on the other side.
Okay.
So those are the three that are going to be able to play and be able to be there.
Yeah.
You then go to
5 in the middle.
And that for me is where you're going to be able to win. Then you've got a guy that I believe is the system at Sundowns, Rivaldo Coetzee.
Okay.
So Rivaldo Coetzee starts and he sits very close to his defensive line.
Okay, so is your number 6?
Yes. So, and there's a very good relationship with him moving forward with Allende because they both will come very deep to collect the ball. And then
but Allende is a better distributor of the ball, so you collect the ball and pass.
So those
double pivot. And who's in the left-hand side of that tree?
So, and that's where then it starts to be very competitive. Because you can either play Bongani Zungu there, who has been coming...
I haven't heard that name in a long time, okay?
You haven't been watching Sundowns. We understand you haven't watched... But when you watch then Bongani Zungu, then he can be able to sit in that position, which is a direct replacement for Tebogo Mokoena. Obas can play that position. The question is he fit enough to be able to start and be able to go? But at the moment, based on who's carried more on the legs, I would then say Zungu would be the one that starts, which is something that his talent and his experience should be able to get the guys to be able to be through. So you then have those. And then somebody that I'm expecting to fill a very big part is Neo Maema. I expect Billy, because remember, Neo was always the upcoming. This season.
Now it's time to shine.
But he hasn't played this season because of the way that Sundowns have been playing. Now he needs to now come in and say, Tembazwane is not here. Let me put my hand up and be able to give you a good shift. And I expect Shalulile to come in and Ribeiro to be the ones that are finishing the
Do you think they have to play Shalulile today if he's not play on the weekend?
Is he fit?
I don't know.
If he's fit and he's good to go, because he didn't play yesterday for Namibia. So if he's good and ready, you play him. And I'll tell you why. Always play your best team that's available in front of you. Don't play the 2 games after. We've got Soweto teams, and in this case, Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates played Zwaneng with a different team, looking to play against Sundowns. They lost both teams. They lost both games. So play.
Oh, but no, they beat you. They're the champions.
No. They beat us in the MTNA,
no, I'm just saying
we beat them in the league.
Okay. I'm just saying that they beat
I'm just saying we beat them in the league.
I'm just reminding you that Orlando Pirates
I know short-term memory. You have amnesia.
Champions.
So let's go back to the fixtures.
Okay.
Sundowns played Zwaneng.
Yeah.
The following game on a Wednesday, they were playing Sundowns in the league at Orlando Stadium.
They were preparing to beat you in the final. So that's what it is.
The final was that. So are you saying that Orlando Pirates prioritized the MTN8 over the Champions League?
I am not from Orlando Pirates, so I would not be able to say. So, in conclusion, you expect any player that comes to play for Mamelodi Sundowns should not have an excuse of being a French player.
Yes. No. The reason why you are registered to play for Mamelodi Sundowns is because you're a good player.
So you must be ready for the squad.
Anytime, because here's the ambitions of Mamelodi Sundowns and the way that we've seen Sundowns play. Sundowns will always be in the finals of most competitions. So you're going to play more games. So what if an injury happens to Allende and you are playing in the semi-final of the Champions League? Are you saying the people that are there are not good enough? You want to be able to say, even though this one is not there, the quality is not compromised, we are still able to put out a good, solid team that's going to be able to ensure that Sundowns wins games.
Thank you very much for coming and giving us the preview of this big game. For me, I'm looking forward to this game because it is the inaugural game of Carling Black Label. Mpo is going to stay with me in the studio because we have a big story to talk about. But that is for the next week episode. The question is South Africa ready for the African Cup of Nations? We played 2 friendlies. We saw how we played. Paul is probably another gentleman joining us in the studio who will talk about the readiness of South Africa for 2023 African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. Until then, au revoir.